Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day today. So, crazy call yesterday. No, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, which you do, the information is in the description for Zelle. And Zelle's an app. It's an app. There's no link to click on. You got to either download the app or it's embedded in your bank app, whatever bank you got, because Zelle uses all. Anywho's it. I appreciate the support. So, crazy call yesterday. Crazy day. It's kind of been overcast and cold where I'm at. So it was like I got up, I did my thing, my podcast, cooked some food. Then I went and hung out with the friend, Scotty Beers was over Scotty Beers. We're just chilling, like a lazy day. And my phone, see, we live in a strange, mysterious world. And sometimes no good deed goes unpunished, you should say. And I try to live my life not too much danger or, I'm not out and about at bars and, you know what I mean? I spent my 20s. I was in a band, so I was in the clubs and bars, but not now. And if I do drink, I'll just have like a few beers. Like over yesterday, I think I had like 3-4 beers over a course of like hours. So I'm hanging out with Scotty Beers and we are watching Appalachian videos. Okay, like the Appalachian Mountains. I'm originally from Tennessee, and we're watching like all this. We love YouTube. YouTube's like the new TV. We're not, and we're laughing, we're conversing, having a beer. And then my phone goes off, but it didn't ring. It said, "Hey, you have a voicemail," which is weird because my phone is. I don't know about if you guys, but sometimes my phone won't ring. You got a voicemail. I click on the voicemail, and it's a coroner from a town about an hour away, asking information about a dude. Like I could vaguely remember his name. Like, but this old man, what, huh? And I started putting it together. I'm like, I have to tell Scotty Beers, like, dude, that was a corner. I let him listen to it. He's like, what in the? So I start putting, that old man. So I took a job as a clerk in like the nicest hotel in town, they claimed, right? The front clerk, checking people in and this, that, and the other, and doing the audit and whatever. And this old man would come in. This was months ago. Matter of fact, I quit it because I almost got robbed. So I quit the job. But he'd come in the lobby, and it was a nice little lobby. We had like a little dining area where they could get their food and coffee or watch TV. And he'd sit there. He wouldn't talk to anybody. So I was training the manager and the assistant manager, like, hey, he just comes in. He's old. He's dying of something. He had his cane. And I felt sorry for him, but he never talked. And there's an organization. The hotel, see this hotel or motel, whatever it was, most of the people are residents there, like people that they come from all over. In fact, there's a lot of people from California because they work on their construction work. They work on the windmills around here. So they're like long-term. It's not like you come in. They don't want people coming in over just one night or whatever, which they ended up, they do anyway. So they're like a long-term, they have apartments they rent, it's like a residential hotel. So he was there, this older man, because of he was sick, and there's an organization that were help elderly, he was old and pay for the room, and so that's how I knew him, because they paid by the week, and I would put in the information on the computer, this, that, and the other, and I'm answering the phone, and there was like a priest or bishop that was trying to help him find a place. Then the manager asked me, she's like, hey, do you rent around here? I'm like, yeah, I'm the landlord. And she knew, she's like, oh, I know him. Do you mind giving your number to this older gentleman? I mean, the landlord's number. Yeah, I don't know if he has any apartment. I know he owns a lot of properties. I don't know if he has any open. Here's his number. And then she must have wrote like referred by Charlie Greer. Yeah. So long story short, this dude, I guess they find him a place like an hour away. Pardon me. An hour away. And he passes. All right. So he's a man of mystery, I guess. Or anyway, they were going through his stuff, and that piece of paper, my landlord's number was on there, and it said referred by Charlie Greer. So this coroner, I'm like, why is a coroner calling me about some deal? I don't know what the, again, strange, mysterious world. I'm not into drama. I hate drama. I do a lot in my life just to keep it drama free, and I hang out with my dog and certain friends. I got a small circle of friends. That's how I've always been. I mean, I know everybody, but as far as like my inner circle, I keep it small. and they become like family. Friends and family are important to me. So the coroner calls my landlord, and he don't what see, he don't. And then and I love my landlord. We've actually become friends. He gives my number to the coroner because they're trying to find any information about this guy. So the coroner calls me. I don't get the call. He leaves a message. All right. Because this is trippy. Like, I've never gotten a message from a coroner. Like, what in the, on a lazy, overcast day, that's a last thing. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, it kind of reflects upon you. Like, what'd you do, Charlie? I didn't do anything. The coroner's never called me. Well, yeah, duh. I mean, never called me either. So I called this coroner. He was super cool. He told me about this guy. I go, yeah, man. I worked at that hotel until we almost got robbed one night, and I quit. I don't know anything about this dude. He was an old man. We never had a conversation. He would, as I was doing other stuff or checking people in or doing my auditing, whatever I had to do, he would just out of nowhere, like, yep, I'm dying. I'm from so and so. And he would look straight. He just would talk. Older people, I guess you're dying. You just need to. Again, he was quiet. He'd come in and stay an hour or two on the couch. He'd sit there and leave every day. There's like ignore him. You don't know. He was always there, but I never. I was working, and I never. Again, I didn't get to connect with him. So yeah, he, I guess, went to this other town an hour away, passed. Now the coroner is like, look, we can't find any record of this dude. Like, the police are searching for anybody in his family. Like, he's a man of mystery. He does have an ID. He had your, a few notes, pieces of paper. One of them was my landlord's number, who gave the coroner my number. And he had a few other, they're calling these people that he had numbers and some pictures, like family, but they couldn't find anything. Like, the cops were like, it's like he didn't even exist. Like, something's weird. Like, his social security number, he must have worked under the table or what. So I actually, me and the coroner kind of like hit it off, started like talking, like he was laughing. Not, I mean, it's a dark subject. The guy passed, but he's like, look, this happens sometimes. We don't want him to be called undeclared. I guess if you're undeclared, you don't want that, right? And he was an old man. He was sick, and they told me he was dying. Like, and he looked like he was on his last. I mean, not to be, but the point I'm trying to make is, you try. A strange, mysterious world we live in. You try to be drama free. You try to do this, that, and the other. I'm not out running around and dating all these women or going to bars and nothing like that. Nothing. I keep a simple life, a routine. I do. Then no good deed goes undone. I mean, when she asked me for my landlord's number, I just pulled up my phone. She wrote it down. Whatever. I guess referred me. I never thought about it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a. And then months later, this was like in the summer, I think. They I get this call from the coroner. Like, huh? What? Like, you've harshed my mellow. So I was having watching Appalachian videos about, hillbillies in Appalachia, and I have to call a coroner and an hour away. And he's like, oh yeah, no, well, this makes sense because he'd already talked to the chain of events was, my manager at the time asked me for my landlord's number, who she knew. She's actually rent from the same landlord. Gave her his number, not mine. I don't like giving my number out, but she must have put referred by Charlie Greer. Gave it to the old man. He puts it in his wallet or whatever. They found him a place an hour away, and then he passes. Then they have this information. They're calling every number they have and is trying to can't find his family. So they call my landlord, and then he's like, oh yeah, Charlie Greer is my tenant. Here's his number. Coroner calls me. I missed the call, and then I have to call the coroner. So that's out of my, how am I supposed, huh? Like, what? Like, again, I thought I was doing a good deed by, I shouldn't have. I mean, granted, I feel sorry for the dude, but it's just like, man, I don't want to draw, and again, it sounds kind of, but turn it around. What would you, how would you feel if you, then I got to think about this guy, like he died, like, oh shit. I mean, but I didn't know him. I mean, I care for everybody, he's human. I mean, but, Strange, mysterious world. So he thanked me. I told him the town I was living in. He goes, "Oh, we didn't even know about him being there." I told him what the nicest hotel in town that I used to be a clerk at, the front desk clerk. He's going to call them. He's going to call the bishop. I told him like this bishop, this organization. Like, oh yeah, I know who they. They call that. You'll get. He's like, thank you so much. This is the puzzle piece we needed. I'm sure we'll find his family. Da da da. And I was kind of like, well, don't call me again. Hey, I mean, you're cool, but good luck. I mean, I want to be involved. And I moved back to this small town. For one, to be close to my mother, help my mother out. She's getting older. And I lived in LA for 24 years. So even in LA, this would be weird. You know what I'm saying? Moved to this small town. And this small town's got drama. I don't know what it is about. I used to live in this town when I was like a young teenager. My family did. My mother, my sister, it's changed. It's kind of went downhill. And so I moved here I was like, look, I'll move there because I started my podcast. I need somewhere that's affordable. I can decompress. None of the drama of Los Angeles, which I thought wouldn't have, and it's affordable. And I like this old house. It's a house, but it's split into 3 apartments, and I've got like the lower one. And I like my landlord. He's became a friend. He's a cool dude. And my neighbors I've gotten to know, and I've known the neighbor all around. It's a small town, so there's good and there's bad. But that's why I did it. And I told my landlord, look, I'll be here 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to mosey on. I'm either going to move to St. Louis or Champaign-Urbana, where I used to live. Both those places have gotten real expensive and dangerous. Seems like the more dangerous places are, they raise the rent. And I don't want to live. If you live like in certain places, you can live in the county, which is cheaper. But I don't want to live in the county. Then there's nothing around. You got to drive like 20 minutes to go to now. So I've been here for 3. Matter of fact, in February it'll be a year that I've been here. So I've been here longer than I thought I would. So that goes on, and we're sitting in the living room, and we start laughing because like what? Why would this happen? Life, like the chain of events that kind of connects me. It's just like, oh my God, like, what? Why on earth? As we're about to settle down and go back to doing what we were doing, because we're gonna order a pizza, we're doing all this stuff, we're contemplating, like, because I have a cooking show with Scotty Beers. Scotty Beers is one of my best friends I've ever had. He's like a brother, and his mother, Mama Beers, is like my second mother. I love her. They're like family, man. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. Really, I mean, I shit. Then my phone rings this time, and it's my landlord. And I'm like, hey, man, like, what the? He's like, yeah, Greer. Like, I go, look, I'm sorry I gave you your number out, but I know that's what he does. He has properties. He has dozens of them. And he knew the manager used to be his tenant too. And she's like, oh, he's your, okay. I didn't give my number, so I gave it, I guess the old man didn't call him or whatever, and it was in his wallet. So I apologized to my landlord. I'm like, look, man, sorry. I mean, the chain of events in life kind of. He's like, oh, no. I gave him your number because I didn't know what was going on. And I had to tell him the story. I'm on the phone again for like 20 minutes, half an hour. And then it turns out that one of the people we know in the neighborhood, I guess, got dragged off to jail. And I was just like, what? I was just talking to them the same day. Like, this happened within like half hour, 45 minutes of these 2 calls, all this craziness. What is going on? Because where I live, some of these people are wild. They like to party, and the cops will come. It's a small town, so people call the cops. In LA, you get away with some of that stuff dying around, and the cops have nothing to do. You might as well. Hey, they're gonna shit. They're on the ball. So yeah. So I talked to my landlord. We're actually laughing. I mean, we feel sorry for the person that we know that got. And it wasn't anything serious he went to jail for. It's just stupid, like tickets or whatever. I don't even know. Missed court date. Who knows? And I like them. who got hauled off the jet. You know what I mean? It's just like, everybody has problems, but I accept people for who they are, and I'm not going to judge. So yeah, you never know. You plan out your life. You do the right thing. Again, I'm into this routine of like simple life. I've simplified my life where I do my podcast every day. I cook every day. I'm always walking my dog. Play guitar. You know what I mean? I'm getting back into my painting. I used to paint a lot. I haven't been. This weather, it's like the first winter I've had in like 24 years. So it's kind of been brutal because I got a neck and bad back. So I'm not doing, and I'm in my 50s, man. I'm 51 years old. I'm not, I used to be, when I was in a band, I was always around. We were traveling around, doing gigs, and I'm a wild man, but that was 30 years ago, 25 years, whatever it was. I communicate with my followers and this, that, my friends around here. And I'm not out at bars. Matter of fact, since I've been back, the 10 months that I've been back, I've only went to because downtown where I'm at, there's a bar scene. There's all these bars. You can walk. They're like there's a town square. This town is so small. There's a town square, like a one-way town square with a statue in the middle of some dude that founded the town back in the 1820s or whatever it is. So you park and you just walk around. There's restaurants. That's what people do. So we went, and we even went during the day. We didn't even go at night. We went at 2, 3 o'clock during the day, and it was like on a weekend. We're going to watch football and play pool, whatever. And that's what we did. We went once, and we hit 3 bars. We didn't drink that much. One of the bartenders gave me a pickle shot. I talked about this, like vodka and pickle juice, which turns to be awesome. I don't drink hard liquor, but if someone offered you a pickle shot, I recommend to take it. It was awesome. And then we walked around town. I went to an antique store. I actually bought an old antique piece of luggage that was cheap. And I'm going to go back to that antique store. They have really good prices and really cool stuff. But yeah, it's it's not like I'm out and about lollygagging around. You know what I mean? That's not me. I'm not carousing for girls or whatever. That's just not. I'm a nester. I'm into relationships. That's not me. The whole time I was in a band and we were gigging around here and there, different states and playing. I was with the same girl all those years, never slept with a groupie, none of that. In LA, if I usually had a girlfriend, I would, we'd end up living together, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not, because a lot of people just date, dude, everybody, there's people that just mow through this day. That's all they do. And that's cool, whatever. I'm just not like that. I like to have a connection with something, even with friends. I'm not for one, I'm shy, believe it or not. I'm not peacocking around hey, none of that. If you saw me out and think, I'll just sit. But then you attract these people like that. When we went to, me and Scotty Beers went to the downtown bar, I think we hit 3. Well, people just start coming over to us. You would just attract people. They were all girls, though. No guys came up with all these girls. They were flirting, and we kind of just walked away from all of them. They were everywhere. That's why we left. We're let's just go and, because we don't want any of that drama. Scotty was a family man. He has kids. They're older now, but, again, I'm not judging anyone's lifestyle. It's just for what happened yesterday, getting a call from the coroner, hearing about the neighborhood friend who got taken to jail or whatever. It's you get drawn in sometimes just from your presence, just for being around, trying to do a good thing, thinking you're going to give your landlord's information to this old man that needs a place to go, this organization that's going to help him. He's dying. Then later on, you get a call from a coroner and you're freaking out. What coroner? What is this? NCIS? No. Huh? I mean, bless his heart. I said a prayer for him last night, this old man that passed, but it's I didn't know him. I didn't, and these girls downtown bar, I don't know them. I'm not being rude or anything. It's just look, that's just not that's just not how I roll. I again, relationships. I'm into long-term relationships. I'm not all that. I think, if the more it builds, the better it gets. That's how I am. I've always been that way. I've always had long-term girlfriend. I just, shit. Because I could be dating. Believe me, no, I don't. Because I get approached too. I go to the grocery stores and no. I need to know somebody, sparks, chemistry, connection, that kind of thing. So I'm not like, and people that I communicate with on YouTube, some of the YouTube channels that I ain't flirting with anybody, man. Because I comment too. I watch people. There's people that I watch and I comment, but I'm not out there, because I see in the comments. I know that the people, the guys are kind of like dogs. I mean, they'll, and then that's bad for all of us. They think that we're that's just not me. It never will be. So yeah, you just never know about life. You think you've got like a lazy day coming. Yeah, it's Friday. We'll watch some YouTube videos and have a beer, Budweiser, and nurse them. And we're not chugging. We're not partying. Okay. And we're laughing and talking, ordering a pizza, just like kind of lame, actually. Just like we're not going out on a Friday night, And this was around, again, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Like we're older now. We don't even, we're just having fun. And here comes the call from the court, or the message, I should say, from the court. Calls from my landlord. The dude got taken off to jail. Damn. I just talked to him that earlier yesterday. I hate to laugh, but it's again, strange, mysterious world we live in. There's nothing I could, see, I don't, no, you plans. That's another thing. John Lennon, he had a lyric in a song, life happens when you're planning other things. He's damn right. He's right on the money about that. Because there's as much as you can want to plan and, you're mellow and you're doing this. And then here it comes. Like, what? And again, no matter how you think about it, it kind of reflects upon you. Good thing there weren't a lot of people. Granted, I'm talking about it on my podcast, but I do a podcast every day. I need something to talk about. So, and I like to share with and comment below. What do you think? If you had a crazy day like that where you're not doing it, hanging out, maybe you're, hanging out on the couch of procrastination perhaps, and just want to chill. And here comes the life. Here comes stuff in life that you can't really wrap your head around. And again, I feel sorry for this dude. I didn't know him. And I'm sure they'll find his family, and that happens with older people. And I don't know. I don't know the guy's story. Again, comment below, share your crazy story, your crazy day. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to cut this one a little short today. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, which you do, the information's in the description for Zelle. Again, Zelle is an app. It's not a link. You can't click on it and go. I want to keep it safe. If it's a link, then it's online. No, you'd rather have it on your phone. It's safer to have on your phone. And Zelle is an app. That's the future. Zelle is the quickest way. PayPal and all this other, no. Yeah, I appreciate the support. And look, I do this every day. So I'll be back tomorrow. Ranting like a madman. But I love y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.